Hi, my name is LCooper, and my partner on our video presentation is Brian Walker. Our topic is player-on-player violence, and this video presentation is for our sociology and sport class. I'm going to begin our presentation by talking about the history of violence in sport. Violence in sport often refers to a violent and unnecessary physical act committed during or motivated by a sports-related game or activity. Most violence in sports is related to contact sports. Some of these contact sports are football, hockey, baseball, and basketball. As you can see in the picture, some of the risk of violence in sports is physical injury and sometimes death. You can see according to the pictures where players and coaches have their hands on each other, they're pushing, shoving, and a lot of times this is just considered to be part of the game. One of the main things about player-on-player violence is the ability to control your emotions. A lot of times, controlling emotions gets out of whack during the heat of the moment, and it's hard to harness that competitive behavior, and a lot of times that does turn violent. A lot of athletes are driven with that win-at-all-costs philosophy because all they know is that they're supposed to be the best. I've got two videos we're going to watch. The first one has to do with the Ravens and Steelers, and it's talking about keeping their emotions in check.
Welcome to the set. Football Night in America. Dan Patrick, Tony Dungy, Rodney Harrison. We have the Ravens and Steelers on Sunday Night Football. What is the key when you face a rival that you hate?
Play smart, be patient, and don't be selfish. That means don't go out there and get into personal battles and personal vendettas. Just play and basically do your job.
Yeah, in a series like this, when you coach, you have to really hit it. Hey, we got to be passionate. Yeah, we're not going to take anything from these guys, but we've got to be smart. We can't lose the game because we're overhyped.
But this might help Pittsburgh, having played the Bengals, another bitter rival,
yes.
to then go into another rival like the Ravens. Maybe.
Possibly.
Baltimore, Pittsburgh, probably not on their best behavior. Sunday night on NBC. We'll see you on Football Night in America at 7 Eastern.
The next video we're going to watch has to do with Coach Mike Gundy and the Oklahoma State football team.
And then you want to write articles about guys that don't do things right and downgrade them, the ones that do make plays. Are you kidding me? Where are we at in society today? Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40. I'm not a kid. Write something about me or our coaches. Don't write about a kid that does everything right, that's heart's broken, and then say that the coaches said he was scared. That ain't true. And then to say that we made that decision because Donovan Woods, because he threatened to transfer, that's not true. So get your facts straight. And I hope someday you have a child and somebody downgrades them and belittles them, and you have to look them in the eye and say, you know what? It's okay. They're supposed to be mature adults, but they're really not. Who's the kid here? Who's the kid here? Are you kidding me?
The last video, of course, that had to deal with Mike Gundy, the head football coach of Oklahoma State. Just kind of shows that a lot of times too, not only your athletes can lose control of their emotions, but also your coaches. And it's really important for your coaching staff to be able to control their emotions because your players also feed off of that. That leads us into the next segment, which is boundaries of violence. What's permissible? What is considered to be violent? The intent of an athlete and or player to injure another athlete and or player is unclear. The only person who really knows whether or not there was any intent to injure another athlete is the person who actually carried out the action. One of the big stories on player-on-player violence had to do with the McSorley-Brasher incident, which is the hockey team. There are two different hockey teams, actually, sorry. This incident of player-on-player violence is a violent act that was clearly outside the rules and regulations of gameplay. Technology has made a huge impact on society and sports in being able to help review and confirm player-on-player violence. Society also carries a huge impact on player violence. How society views athletes and their behavior helps define an athlete on how they should and should not act. Brian Walker is my partner, and Brian will be taking the second part of the presentation from here. Thank you.